Ciao Margherita, ciao Roberto.
This cube is very special for us because it represents our commitment to living mutual love and working for peace through small, everyday actions. Here's today's suggestion. Be the first to love. Okay, let's go!
Be a global person is what Chiara Lubich said to us, Gen 3. For example, in our Soul Shoot project, we learn to reach out to other people and carry out practical initiatives.
Questo è il Gen Fest.
This is the 1985 Gen Fest. It was right here that the Youth for United World movement was officially founded.
My goodness, I've spotted a Mexican hat here, and I'm also Mexican. But did you know that Margaret was at this event too, Chinezza?
Look, here is Chiara at the first Gen 4 Congress in 1988.
Project Africa. So many Gen from all over the world work together to support this little town in Fontem, Cameroon.
We are so happy to have you here with us. I really feel at home, just like when you're leafing through family photo albums. But this time our family is much bigger. It's spread all over the world. But do you know what the best thing is? That the Gen movement is celebrating its 60th anniversary, marked by radical choices and a commitment to unity and peace. It moves me to know that we, too, are part of this story. And perhaps you are in these pictures as well, since you also chose to be Gen. What did this choice mean to you?
Well then, Laura, look, I can say that before I met the Gen, I was a very shy person. I considered myself a good Christian. But after I got to know the Gen, I became a revolutionary person. But in the revolutionary sense of the gospel, with this desire to put Jesus' words into practice. I first met them when I was 14, through some young people. They made a big impression on me because they were so convinced and had a purpose in life. So I used to say, but these people want to live for unity, for peace. I wanted to live for that too, because as you know, in my homeland, a land where there have always been wars, conflicts and divisions, it seemed that this was the ideal I'd always been searching for. And together with my brothers and sisters, we became the first Gen in the Holy Land. So I had to change my perspective and see the image of God in every person, to be the first to welcome others, to take the first steps. I felt as though my heart had grown bigger. It seemed to me that the world had no boundaries. This gave me a great sense of freedom, because I felt that we too, with our history and our wounds, still have so much inner strength in order to truly kindle hope in the world.
Thank you, Margaret. What about you, Roberto? How was this choice for you?
My choice was to follow Jesus, even in a world that was quite different from today's. For example, we were full of enthusiasm, and we had leaders such as Martin Luther King. I'm talking around the 1970s. Today the world has changed a great deal. The UN, which at that time seemed as though it would unite the world in no time, now you can see that it lacks the power to stop wars or inequalities. For me, being a Gen meant finding a family, finding friendship among the Gen, and above all, finding Jesus, who guided us and, through the gospel, illuminated our lives, and also gave us a certain sensitivity and the desire to help others. I see that same look in you. I see it in the Gen who face the same challenges, wanting to change the world, wanting to follow Jesus, and wanting to form a family among ourselves.
We also remember the appeal that Chiara Lubich made to us, Gen, 60 years ago, when she said, "Young people of the world, unite." We believe that this appeal is still relevant today. What do you think of this original vocation? Is it still relevant?
Originaria e ancora attuale?
This vocation is highly relevant today because now, more than ever, I think we need young people like you who have the courage to ensure that hatred, divisions, and war do not have the final say. This invitation from Chiara is not just a slogan saying, "Come, let us unite." It is a mission to truly be able to live and be messengers now more than ever in such a divided world, a world that is filled with loneliness, so as to bring unity and to bring hope. That is why I think Chiara would say the same words today and would say even more to you. Young people of the world, seek every possible way to be united, so as to kindle a light in the darkness of this world. I think that is what young people are waiting for.
And what do you think, Roberto?
The vocation of the Gen is highly relevant today, especially because you're here and because there are other young people. We see the vocation as doing something. It means getting married, becoming a priest, a religious, a folklorino. But the Gen vocation is like a school for all other callings. I remember when I was studying medicine, I spent a whole morning, for example, accompanying a very elderly patient to sort out some administrative matters at the hospital. It was there that I learnt something that would serve me well later on as a doctor. I learnt that the person is what matters most. Another thing, I remember this, as Gen, we had very nice relationships with our friends, honest, transparent and beautiful relationships. After that, I entered the Focolare, and as a Gen, I had learnt the kind of relationship one must also have with one's companions in the Focolare. But at the same time, we believed that union with God was fundamental. And now I'm a priest and my prayers are a little longer. But the intensity of my union with God is the same as that of the Gen. That is why the Gen vocation is a school for all vocations. When you choose something to do for the rest of your life, never lose sight of your Gen vocation, because that is what enables you to love always.
As you can see, regardless of our age, we have always remained Gen at heart. We feel great joy and deep gratitude in our hearts, also for all the generations who have lived through these 60 years. I think our wish is to go ahead and have the courage to believe that unity is possible beyond any limits that may exist. I am sure that through the whole network of young people out there, you can achieve things that are even greater. So, happy 60th anniversary and best wishes.
Auguri.